My first currently relevant review, if you discount Earthrise for reasons. This would have been out way earlier, but my package decided it was going to live at the airport for 5 days and then at the FedEx depot for another 6. I'm going to level with you here, because I wanted to get this out as promptly as possible, and because my only delay was due to FedEx not doing their jobs, I initially wrote this review without actually having the figure, just going by product picture. I figured I'd just plug in the transformation and anything I'd notice once it was in my hands. I gave it a radiantly glowing review based on nothing but my expectations, and now I have to throw basically the entire review as it was written away, because this figure exceeded all of my expectations. Anyways, so you know how no one's trying to make a third-party masterpiece Soundwave because like the perfect version of this character has already been made? Well, guys, you can all go home now. No one else ever needs to make any of these characters ever again. This is it. They're perfect. We have them now. Thanks, everyone. Your attempts were all not this. You may be like, man, Perspective, you're really giving away your thoughts on this figure a little early, aren't you? I can't even begin to pretend that these are anything less than being among the crown jewels of my collection. But before I give it all away, let's dive into this figure. Let's start with looks. Perfect. It's perfect. I can't imagine anything more perfect. Okay, so his legs from the knee down come off as a good bit fatter in person than they look in photography, and without rear cannons, the back of the vehicle mode doesn't look quite finished. Oh no. Proportionately, he's fantastic. I love how he ended up by far the biggest of all the limbs, yet he still scales into the combined mode without any trouble. Tank mode is perfect. If I had a criticism for this mode, it's that the molded in, but unpainted supplies mounted to the sides look a little cheap. Oh no. Especially when some of them are actually painted. I honestly can't tell if it looks better with the tank barrel extended. It's got these two separate antennae that look good, but I honestly find them annoying, so when this review is over and done with, they are going into a baggie and not coming out. Though, his little Browning heavy machine gun would be cooler if it weren't for the stubby barrel and sloped design. Some people might be bothered by the limited paint on this figure, but look. If you require paint to be satisfied, you aren't going to be happy. Me, paint is just the last thing on the checklist and is down at the bottom of importance. And if you are big on paint, then I have to say, you're just wrong if you let it motivate you to pass up on this figure. You're not wrong to like paint, you're wrong to not pick this up because of it. Look at that head. Look at that head. It's so damn perfect. It's like it jumped off the screen. Brawl was my favorite of the Combaticons as a kid, because I was a kid and explosions were awesome and tanks were awesome because tanks made explosions, and his head is so damn perfect. And it's got a fully rotating turret, and the clicks on the rotation are to die for. Initially, I didn't realize the turret could collapse down. I couldn't tell there was a button there. It speaks volumes about the sculpt that this neck on the turret does not ruin the look of the figure. It's also got these squishy little side view mirrors, probably to keep them from breaking. Opening hatches and a rotating periscope. Next up, let's talk about the all built-in gimmick. Fuck yes! Dear God, this is everything I ever wanted! Fuck parts forming! Parts forming is anti-fun, not satisfying in the least, annoying to have to find storage to keep the extra bits and bobs around, and basically ruins a figure. If I wanted a figure that can't turn into a combined mode on its own, then I may as well buy a statue or a non-transforming figure, because that's basically what that is. It's a bunch of figures that come with statue pieces that you then have to use to combine them. Trash. Absolute trash. That said, it's almost silly to even refer to this as a gimmick in regards to the leg bots. They just turn into the leg and then widen out a little at the base. Seriously, it's like 1% different than all other combiners. Basically, they just do the exact same thing and then you stop before putting on the shoes. Now, how does the figure move? Posability here is top notch. I put this at an 8.5 on the posability charts. He's got all the posability that counts as standard for a masterpiece style figure with a great range and an ab crunch. He's got really interesting shoulders that double hinge up with no forward butterfly, but the double hinge lets you do some stuff I didn't even realize I was missing from most other figures. This might actually be a 9 out of 10 on the posability front. Transformation. I'm not going to show off the steps here. I find it more fun to figure out how to do it myself, and I'm not going to deprive you of the joys of figuring out this puzzle yourselves. Besides, I'm sure if you want to be told how to do it, the directions or some other YouTube video will show you how to get it done. But to summarize, I'd say, it's fantastic, it's fast, it's fun, nothing about it is frustrating. It's hard to say if Brawl is the simplest of the limbots. That's the shocking thing about this set. They all look so good and so show accurate, but none of the engineering is new. All of these figures are just kind of comprised of the simplest solutions that have been known for years. It's all just elegant. Really, the only new ideas we have here are the ways that the Swindle and Brawl leg transformations work, with a hinge in and then a slider down. Other thoughts? This is a hefty little beast too. This damn thing is so dense. The underside is also immensely clean. It rolls great. Though I gotta say, there's something distressing about looking at fake immobile treads while it rolls around. There is a minor bit of parts forming here, and it is unfortunate, but without the piece, the figure is in no way destroyed. It just means the tank mode looks a little less than perfect. Oh no. But that battle was kinda lost with this bit. And the turrets even got to press. God, this thing is so good. And then I gotta say it, this is the best built of all the figures in this line. It's right up there with Onslaught. It's not like Swindle, whose joints are all too often insanely too tight, or Vortex, whose head is way too loose. It's not like Blastoff, with inconsistent joints. This thing feels fantastic to hold and to move. In summary, it's perfect. I don't have a rating to give other than perfect. If you want the best version of Brawl there will ever be, get this. It's sturdy, it's packed with gimmicks, it poses like a champ, it's got the most accurate appearance in all 3 modes, and the most fun handling you will ever find. It's fun and gorgeous. What more do you want? One day, someone may make a Brawl with forward butterfly joints, but probably not, and even if they did, it would still be next to impossible that it would be better than this. This set, this figure, my god. Brawl makes a perfect leg, a perfect robot, and a perfect tank with a transformation that will leave you smiling and a hand feel that's nothing short of stunning. He is perfection. This set is perfection. They are masterpiece figures in the truest sense of the word. They are representations of characters without remote competition. They are perfect figures on their own and a perfect combiner at the same time. They are everything. They are a combiner that makes no compromises. MMC, here's a tagline. Use it for free. Mastermind creation. Combiners without compromise. You really live up to the Mastermind name. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to me fillet this toy. If you like what you saw here, do all that stuff that other YouTubers tell you to do at the end of these videos. And if you'd like to take it a step further, then please share this video with any friend you think might be interested. I hope you all enjoyed listening to me waste your time.